Wir freuen uns sehr auf Quinton Hooker. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Quinton, 26 Jahre alt, 26 years old, geboren in Brooklyn Park in Minnesota und Point Guard bei unserem MBC. Quinton, how did you come to play basketball?
It first started, as a young kid. I think I was around six or seven, and really it was just, being around sports, in the neighborhood with, my older sisters and, eventually my younger brother, and it was really just coming to love the game. When I was younger, I played basically every sport: basketball, football, soccer, baseball. So there really wasn't anything that we weren't doing out in the yard or anything like that. But then I think it kind of started at a young age where I just really loved basketball. At that time I think Ben Wallace was my favorite player. I had a big fro back then too, so had the headband and everything, and just from there it just kind of took off for sure.
At which age was it?
Probably around 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a while. About 20 years. I'm getting kind of old
And
now.
you still love the game. What do you love the game for?
Honestly, just just everything about it. How it brings people together. How the physicality, the fun, the messages that are in it, the life lessons that come with it too. I think it wasn't always so deep. And like how it is now, where there's now it's a career. It's something that I show up to work for. Like, this is my job to play basketball, which is still so amazing. And it's such a blessing to be able to do what I do. And I think from a lot of the guys, being able to play at a high level is just fun. Especially when you're out there and you're with your teammates and you're able to do the things that you do.
What were your idols? You said one, but are there any other idols without a sport background or something you orientated on, or who? Yeah.
Honestly, I think the biggest person in my life probably was my dad. Just someone that I always looked up to, and someone who was my trainer, my mentor, my father. He's just there day in and day out, and just showing me what it was to be a man. And honestly, my parents did just a great job as raising my siblings and I. And honestly, they're pretty amazing. And I was truly blessed to have them as parents. But as far as other than that, like basketball, Magic Johnson was always someone that I always admired and stuff like that, and thought his game was pretty amazing. So yeah.
And your father has played basketball. You said he trained you. That means he is a basketball trainer.
Well, yeah. He trained me, and I'm a pro now.
Then
so
you are pro.
yeah, I guess you could say he's
Of
a pro
course.
trainer. But he played basketball, football. He played football in college though, and so he coached me, trained me. Really got me to playing at a high level, and got me into the right programs and stuff like that when I was younger, and it really panned out for me.
And they follow you every game, I guess,
Yeah.
until today.
Yeah. They're still watching the games today, especially when they were able to travel to it. But they've when I was playing in France, they came to France. So that was really cool, them being able to, and that was their first time in Europe too. So they were able to see Paris and stuff like that too, Lyon. So, that was a really good trip for them. I guess when they were younger, my dad always said he'd take my mom to Paris for like a honeymoon or something like that. And it took, me to be playing in France for them to go do that finally. So, that was pretty awesome.
But they weren't in Germany yet.
No. Just with all the travel restrictions and everything, but they were wanting to come this year, especially with us having a newborn this past month. So they're we're hoping to, but with all the restrictions with COVID and stuff,
Yeah.
weren't able to.
Okay. About your brother Armani, he's very famous in another sport. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so he plays for the Tennessee Titans. He's a safety, and honestly, he had an amazing year. His first 2 years have been amazing. This year, he led the team are tied to lead the team in interceptions, and made a bunch of big plays for them this year. And even last year, he was inserted himself into the team, and he's looking to make big steps too this upcoming season, which we're all very excited and know he's capable of doing. And honestly, it's just been really awesome to see him play at such a high level.
Yeah, and you look the games he plays every time.
Yeah. I mean, even the games that are at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
try to at least catch the first half or the second half, maybe wake up for one or the other. Sometimes, especially if it's like, big games or something like that, and maybe have an off day the next day, try to stay up for the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, even over here, it's really fun to watch. I wish I could, be in person. I was able to see his first preseason game when he was a rookie, so that's always something that I hold on to for sure.
And I guess he's younger than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's, geez, 3 years younger, so
So
he's still young.
so you're the oldest in
No,
your family?
so
No.
I have 2 older sisters.
Ah, yeah, two older sisters. Okay.
Yep, them two, me, and then younger brother.
Okay. And was it good? Do you have a good contact? I guess you have. I see you have a good contact. But what was the living like with two siblings?
Honestly, there is so many memories of just, I mean, we're all competitive. Whether it was getting up the stairs the fastest. I mean, my sisters played sports too. My older sister, she played basketball, soccer. My other sister, track. She's really fast. Track, basketball, swimming. I mean, it was a fun household. I mean, very competitive, but honestly, we're all still really really tight and everything. Even though now we're all kind of spread out. One sister's on the West Coast. One sister is back home with my 2 nephews and brothers in Tennessee, and I'm over here in Europe and Germany. So even through that, there's a lot of FaceTime calls and stuff like that for sure.
You've been in North Dakota University, and you told that it was very cold there.
Oh yeah, it's the North. I mean, if you've seen Game of Thrones, it's definitely beyond the wall. But it's very cold. But honestly, it was a great time. If it wasn't for the wind, we always say. But it's Grand Forks is a great place. I had an amazing 4 years there. Topped it off with a NCAA tourney run senior year, and there's a lot of relationships that I've gained, and it's just it was a great time over there.
And you also played in Hungary, as I read. I can't call the name. Szombathely.
Yeah, Sambate. Yeah, yeah. I know. When I first said it too, I think I said, that's what I said, Sambathili or something like that. But yeah, Hungary last year, in the Champions League, and that was a lot of fun. Being able to do a lot of traveling and stuff like that. Where, one game we play in Hungary, and then a couple of days later we're playing in France, Spain, Turkey. So that was a lot of fun too.
Do you feel like home here yet? Right now? Because,
in Germany?
Yeah, in Germany, and maybe here in Weissenfels?
Yeah.
Because before you traveled a lot, you said?
Yeah, so I mean, I think this year too, especially since, we're not able to travel as much just with the COVID restrictions and stuff like that, we've been able to, really make it feel like home. My wife and I think, done a good job at, making it feel like home, as much as possible, Christmas trees and stuff like that and whatnot. But no, it's definitely, Weissenfels is a nice city, a safe place to be and everything. So it's a good spot.
What do you do if you don't play basketball, if you don't train, if you rest? What are your hobbies then?
Honestly, I'm a big movie guy, movies, playing video games, the PlayStation. Honestly, really just hanging out. I like to travel whenever we can. That's always fun to do. Being active still, playing other sports and stuff like that. So it's always a good time.
You are now 26 years old. How long do you want to play a professional basketball player, and what is with the time after this? Did you think about this yet?
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, having a son now, I think it's something that's a little bit more prevalent in the back of my mind of what's next. But honestly, for my career, honestly, I think for me, I'm still in a young part of my career. This being 4th year in Europe, and honestly, I mean, for me still, I think, sky's the limit, as far as things can go. And, putting together solid, seasons after season. And honestly, I can see it, going, 5, 6 years,
Yeah,
three
of course,
years. I
of
mean, I
course.
think it kind of, I
Yeah,
think
you're young enough.
situational. Yeah.
But what is after this? Do you have the feeling you could be a trainer or basketball then outside and do anything else? What do you think?
Well, my original plan is always to, to coach,
Hmm.
whether it be college, pro, high school, even. I think I want to stay around the game of basketball. And training is something that I've done even like in the summers and stuff when I go home, to, help the younger generations the way, trainers helped me when I was coming up through the ranks. And so I think being around basketball, being around sports is something that I definitely want to do. Um, but I always kind of, had plans of continuing to just help people, whatever it may be, a foundation or anything like that, to where I can be around people, helping people. When I was coming into college, I wanted to be a teacher,
Hmm.
but just with basketball and time, and I can't really fit that into the schedule. So we'll see. My wife's is a teacher, so maybe we'll start a school or something.
And which Fächer, we say Fächer in German, maybe you can have subjects.
Uh,
Which subjects, my head, which subjects did you have in, or did you like as a teacher? Would you
The
have
my original plan was history.
history?
Yeah,
Mm.
being a history teacher. There's something about just history that I think intrigues me and stuff like that. Obviously, not being in within the school education system for a while, I think it's kind of dwindled off a little bit. But honestly, I think at this point it can be open to a lot of different things. But
Mm.
yeah, education is been something that I think has been a big part of my life too. Just going through school and seeing how it can be important to growing your future and stuff like that.
Hmm. And I understand that right. You train younger guys in America in your free time
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
So usually in the summer there's
Yeah.
a handful of people that I'll train. Yeah, younger guys, high school, um, you know, boys and girls really.
So you made contact to a high school, and then you're with youngest on the way and train them,
Really
skill
kind of
training.
just where I usually work out, like lifting wise in the summer, is this place facility called Game Face,
Hmm.
and within there there's other athletes training and stuff like that, and so some of the younger people asked if I would work them out, and that's really kind of how it started. It wasn't like I was like pursuing it really. It kind of came to me with some of the other younger people wanting to get some workouts in, and just get some knowledge from me, and yeah, it's just kind of how it really started. And it started with a couple people, and kind of got to some bigger numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not
Mm.
really too organized, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, cool, cool. One last question.
Hmm.
As a basketball player, you are a role model for younger generations. If your 12-year-old self would stand in front of you right now, what advice would you give him?
uh Honestly, that's I feel like there's so much, but um really just to be confident in yourself, to trust in your abilities and continue to put the effort and determination that you have in your heart into your craft, and be thankful, and don't take for granted the moments that you have, and continue to take the risk that you want. Go and get what you want, really. That's like the biggest thing. You're driven enough, and you just have to know that the confidence that you have in yourself will take you far.
Quinton Hooker, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.